Yo, my Star Citizens and Noob Gamers. Welcome back to another episode of Star Citizen with me, Mech. And in today's episode, I'm going to be taking out the little mech thing, the Atlas, and my thoughts on it and what I think. And so yeah, so let's get into this one, guys. We hope you like it. If you do, don't forget to hit that point and tickle the like button from the intro. So a little bit about what to do here, guys. The code dropping down is my code, and if you use that code when you create a new account at Star Citizen or RSI, you will get 5,000 credits, and that will push me up in the rankings to get some goodies. And yeah, so if you use that code, guys, and the names running along the bottom are our YouTube members. You can join our YouTube channel and get some goodies like badges and videos early and stuff like that. Just hit that join button, guys. So let's get into this. What am I doing? So I've got the Atlas. It's in the PTU Wave 1. And because I'm a subscriber, I've got Wave 1. So I'm going to get the Atlas out. Now, you can't get it out here. You can't get them out here at this place. You have to go down to your hangar to get them. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, like I said, I was playing around with this earlier on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of go through the good and the bad of this. So you take in mind now the mech suit, it's a tractor beam basically. It's just a bigger tractor beam. That's what I'm seeing it as. I'm not seeing any other use for it other than it being a tractor beam. So you see there, I've got it out. I've got some boxes there. I do have a 32 on the ship itself as well. I've got an 8 and a 2 there as well. So let me bring down this. There it is. It's coming down now. And there's a 32 there. Now, I don't have the other tractor beam on me. I've got this one, the small one, but I don't have the two-handed one. But let me tell you, the two-handed tractor beam is a lot quicker and can pick up more. So this small tractor beam here won't be able to pick up this 32. You can see the mass exceeded all the way. And then it gets it, but it just can't do nothing with it. Like, even when I take it off, you'll see it just keeps saying mass exceeded. And so there's an issue. So you can't pick up the size 32s with this one, but you can with the bigger one. And the bigger one is just much quicker at rotating and moving around and walking around. So I can't show you that, but it is so much better. Now we have this mech here, the Atlas. Now this is 160 quid to buy. Well, I'm sure I read it was 160 quid to buy in the pledge store. And it's just a simple thing. Literally just get in it. You only have, like, at the moment, a tractor beam, and that's all. I don't know what the right hand side is. So you've got a tractor beam on the left here, and I'm not too sure what this is. Maybe people will be able to tell me what this is, but I'm not seeing a use for it at the moment. It looks like it would hold cargo, so I'll have to try that and see if that works. And so this is my first thoughts on this. It's really slow for walking around in. You can't run in it. It does have a good range. So if I was to hover over these, see, it does have a good range to it. And so let's go through the positives of it. So the positives of it is it's really good for loading some ships. So say if I wanted to load this Taurus here, I could stand where this is here, and then here, and then just grab it. And when I press to grab this, what it's going to do is it's going to bring it over to me, and it's going to hover it here above my head. And then that's going to give me a ghost image that I move around. So I'm not moving the box around itself, I'm moving a ghost image around. And that's really good, because you guys will know when you're trying to put boxes between boxes or next to boxes and you're clanking them and then it knocks it off grade and all that stuff. It's an absolute nightmare. So the way they've got this system is so much better, having the ghost image. But is that worth the cost of $160? Obviously in game it might be better, but you'll see now I've got this. Now I've got the ghost image of this box, and wherever I put this box, if it's green, I can put it down. I can use R to rotate it and do all the stuff I want to do. And wherever I put it, if I want to snap it to grid, or whether I want to put it here or here or here, all you do is press on the button, the left button again, and it will then just put it and drop it into place like that. That is a really good way of doing it. So it's easier to load your cargo that way, doing it from there to there, Now, I tried this with a caterpillar, and I'm going to show you with a caterpillar again in a minute, but there was issues with it. So I'm going to bring this back out now. And you see now it's going to struggle a little bit. See if we can put it down here. Now, I had some issues with this earlier on when I was using it, and it ended up getting bugged out and hitting the ship, and the ship going everywhere. When I was trying to do this one here. Like if you accidentally do that and then you hit the ship. And you see there now it's just going to clip into the ship, and it's just a nightmare. And you see it's not now picked up this box here, so I can't see. So there's definite issues with it. But that's going to put that in there. And let's see if I can grab it, and now it's grabbed it proper. And I can move that around where I want to move it around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out the caterpillar and show you that. So I love that side of it, where it does that. But for me, the mech is really slow. Really, really slow. Now, if I was to get out the mech here, with my two-hand tractor beam, I'd probably be able to get closer. It pulls you out as well. You're on the floor. That's not good. But if I had my two-hand tractor beam, I'd probably be able to pick it up. So I'm going to have to get closer with this one. So I can get this. But it just seems like this is just a little bit easier to use if it was different ships like the caterpillar. The mech is good, but it's slow. It can't get on the ship, which I'll show you in a minute. It can get on the ship, but then on this one specifically, it can get on the ship, but it will take up cargo space because you can't get it on the other bit of it. Something like a C1 or a C2 or something with a ramp, you'll be able to get it on, no problem. Or somewhere where you can get it on a cargo bay that lifts up, but then move it from the cargo bay, it'd be all right. And what I'm thinking about here is like if you're taking it with you somewhere, like, you know, to do your cargo. I just think, for me, at the moment, $160 for this is not really... Oh, that could be a good use if we use the double-handed tractor beam to move it rather than moving and walking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this out of the way and bring in the caterpillar and show you what it's like to do it on the caterpillar. Now, I tried it earlier on and it was just not brilliant at home. Another thing as well is if this is too close to the landing pad, it puts it away for some reason when you get a new ship out. So you have to sort of move out of the way with it. I was wondering if I could pick that up with the other side, because the other side looks like it's something you can pick cargo up, but I wonder if it's just smaller boxes you can pick up with that. Anyway, so I'm just going to get out here and get the caterpillar out now. Okay, guys, so here is the caterpillar, and in the caterpillar, I've opened up all the bays, and I've got the 16 there and an 8 there that I've put in, and I've got the 32 there, which won't go in the caterpillar anyway, and a 2 there. Now, in the caterpillar, I would have to put all the boxes around here, near the bay, and then go inside the bay, and then grab them and put them in from there. And so that's a bit of a pain in the bum with that. Now, with the mech, what I can do is once I'm in with the mech, I can just grab it from here. So much easier to grab it from here. The one issue I do have with it is it's not easy to find the spot, and sometimes you'll find a spot and then it'll move, and so it's not massively easy to do. Once you have to sort of find that right placement for it. And then once you do, you just press your button and it's in. So I can see the mech use in that, but it's really, really slow. And then for me to take this mech with me when I'm going somewhere else to load or unload, I'd have to take up some of the other like cargo space. So let's have a look here. So again, you see it's not easy to put the 16 in. Now 24s would go in here, but would... Alright, so let's put that in there. See, it just jumps around, you see. There we are. Now let's see if I can put this on top of that. Put it behind it, but it'll just end up smashing into it, I reckon. There. There, it's in. So that's easy enough there. So that's really, really good there. Now what about that? Yes, I'm going to do that. Once you get it stuck like that, it just gets stuck. So you have to get it again, and then from there, just move it around. So for the caterpillar, this is good. But what use is it if I can't get it on the ship? So let's see if we can get this on the ship itself. Now I couldn't get it on the Taurus. I can't duck, so I'm going to go in there. So I don't look like I can do that. So there's one other option I've got here, which is to get out the suit itself. I don't want to go that way, I want to go this way. And I'm going to use tractor beam. So what we need to do is power, turn the power on, enter remote turret. Now, so you've got a button here, this enter remote turret here. Now, if you don't see that, you right click and you might have to select it that way. So we're going to enter remote turret there. So we've got no power, so we need to turn the power on. Power on, and then enter remote turret there. And there's the mech there. Oh. Now can I pick that up? Yeah, so I can pick that up. Take it over here. With a ship one, you have to keep hold of Alt when you scroll in to move it forward and back. Oh. It's really thank you, there we are. That should be in there now. No, it's put it back there. Keep putting it back. Just drops it back. So that again, unless that gets fixed by the time you see this video, you can't even tractor beam it up to another place. No, so it's not going to let me. So that's a shame, because obviously once you get to the place, you're going to have to load it yourself if you can't bring the mech, unless you can actually get a mech from the landing pad area. So maybe we'll try that. So there's something else I want to try here, and it's this. Just making sure this one works as well. So use tractor beam. That's going on here. Keep hold of F, press on the power. Down the bottom again. Like I said, you might have to press the right mouse button on it, but enter turret there. Enter remote turret, and that's fine. So, yeah, just checking that works. Right. So I think what we need to do is see if we can actually get a mech from landing services at like one of the outposts. So here I am, guys, over at Woodruff. I'm going to go inside here and see if I can spawn a mech here. Now, that's the only way I could see it. Unless you actually are able to get it on your ship, like walk it up a ramp or something, you can't bring it with you. So for the caterpillar, you can't bring it because I couldn't tractor beam it on there. And so, and you can't walk it. I couldn't walk it underneath to get on the lift. So I think unless you're going to take up, like, unless you got something with a ramp or like the Taurus where you can walk it on the thing. So there we go. We can file it here.
Insurance claim has been sent.
So that's good. We can actually get the mech out here itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward to that where I've got it down. And we can only use our tractor beams on landing pads normally. So let's see if we can actually use the tractor beam of this not being on a landing pad. Oh, looks like, well, we're on a landing pad, so... So it looks like we can use these outside of landing pads. I just think for me, it's a good idea. If it's a little bit faster, or you could make it go a little bit faster, it's not a bad idea. But is it worth $160? I don't think it is. I could already be unloading my ship here by now rather than going getting this and moving it around. Now, obviously, with size 32 boxes, there is that. They could end up being so that you need a mech to lift the bigger boxes. So at the moment, the small tractor beam doesn't lift 32s. It just about lifts 24s. So maybe they'll have it so that the small tractor beam only does 1 and 2. The medium tractor beam does 4s and 8s. And maybe the mechs do 32s and 24s. Maybe that's the way they'll end up going. Who knows? Maybe you guys know some information on that, and maybe you could put that in the comments. But maybe that's the way they'll go, and then you need a mech. But for now, I don't think you actually need a mech. So you got to look past the hype of what we've got here. Do you want to spend $160 for something that's pretty much a waste? So we've got this now. I can put it down here. Grab this one. Thing is, it is quicker once you get here. It is quicker. I've got to give it that. The moving around is not so quick. I do like the ease of it, and the more I am using it, the more I do like it. So when I say, like I'm saying, look past the hype, is $160. Would I get one in game? I probably would. If I was buying it in game, I probably would buy one. Now that I know you can get it out here at these bases as well, it's going to help a lot. Certain ships, I know, like things like the C2s, it'll help a lot with that. See with that now, I've got to cut off that. It's got some bugs, obviously. There we are. So it's got some bugs, but I do like how it does the invisible thing. Definitely much better for doing something like the Caterpillar. With the bigger boxes, and maybe with the Taurus later. I'm going to do a fill in a Taurus later. Maybe it would be good with the Taurus. I don't currently have the money to fill a Taurus on this account, but maybe it would be good for that, for the Taurus. Definitely something I want to try. So maybe I need to figure out about getting some money up on this account for the Taurus, and then trying it with the Taurus a space place and trying that. So if you see the Taurus video, then what I'm going to do is get some money up so I can get some cheap cargo like waste or something like that. And then I'll go and fill up a Taurus at a place like this. You got to remember with these as well, they're only 120, so they don't pick up the 32s. The biggest they'll pick up is a 24. So that's what you got to remember. Right, so that's the end of this video, guys. So my final thoughts. So when I went into this one, I was really hyped up. I was like, I can't wait to try this, especially with the invisible box that you're moving around and not the actual physical box itself. I was really looking forward to that. But then when I was playing around with it with the Taurus inside my hangar, it was clipping the box underneath the Taurus, and the Taurus was bouncing around everywhere. And then I tried it with the caterpillar, and I could not get it to get into. I could not get the box in the caterpillar, but I realised I wasn't actually recording that one. So if it had been recording that one, it might have been my opinion might have been different. My opinion might have been actually this is worthless. But then when I came back in to have another go to record this video, it was a different story. I could move it around much quicker. It wasn't clipping into the Taurus as much. I could get the cargo into the caterpillar. So originally I was going to be doing this video and saying, like I was just saying then, you got to see past the hype. And for me, was it worth this $160? I still don't think it's worth $160. I definitely would buy it in game. I think a $30 purchase, maybe $40 purchase might be about right. But 160 definitely not. I can't remember where I saw it. I saw it on a post. So, you guys can let me know if maybe that was wrong and maybe it was a hoax or whatever. But I'm sure that's what I saw in the post was 160. But for $40, definitely I would buy it, especially for loading a caterpillar. It's going to be so much easier to load a caterpillar than it is with my tractor beam. I'll get my tractor beam out here now. It's just you have to be so close to these bigger boxes, and then once you get close to the box here, it starts the tractor beam goes underneath it, and then it just clips out. So definitely worth it for that, but I definitely don't think it's worth $160. Very slow. Maybe the movement could be a little bit faster, or you could put something in to make it faster, or you could maybe pick it up and move it around with a tractor beam, like the two-handed tractor beam maybe. But every time I try moving it, you see, it moved it that time. Can I move it and put it in there? Maybe I'm not using the ship one. The two-handed tractor beam would be much easier. Put that in there. So it can go in. So that's really good. That's really good news. So you can take it. I could go and get that now and maybe move it around so it's not in the way of cargo. So definitely, the more and more I'm playing with it, the better and better it's going to become for me. So my original idea was don't is to see past the hype, but it turns out actually there is a lot going for this thing. I'm just going to put this cargo down. Let's put it away. So it does look like there is actually worth in this. There is value in this. $160 value? No, definitely not. The more and more I'm playing with it, the more and more I'm liking it. Being able to get it out at these outposts or being able to tractor beam it onto your ship earlier on must have been, I don't know, must have been glitching out or something. But being able to put it on your ship is a good thing. You don't want to have it where you can't get it on the ship itself, like if it's not a ramp or whatever, or that it's taking up cargo space. So something like the Taurus, you'd have to tractor beam it onto the little platform, the little lift instead. Which isn't too bad. So definitely, if you watch the Taurus video, which will be probably the next video I do, I will use this while I'm loading that Taurus, and you'll get to see me using it a little bit more. But for me, that's the end of this video. I'm liking it, but I don't think it's £160 or $160 worth of value. Really starting to like it more and more the more I use it. And I didn't think that was going to happen when I started this video. So yeah, so we hope you like this video, guys. If you do, don't forget to take the pointer, tickle that like button, hit the bell and subscribe notification, and we'll see you guys out in the verse. Let us know your thoughts.